Alright, y'all, so today is gonna be different. This isn't gonna be a build or PvP or anything. I'm pretty sure y'all should already know what it is from the title and from the recent just everything going on with Tyso. Tyso has been recently extremely cooked, extremely fried. They have decided to ban Setro from the Discord, and they decided to take away his they decided to take away his mod. So he's not a mod anymore, or he's not a dev. So he just only thing he can do is just play type soul like a normal one of us, but he's no longer in the server anymore. So he can't, like, I guess he can't look at any server announcements or game announcements, I guess. The reason why I think they did that is to keep him from screenshotting anything bad about the type soul devs in like their dev chat. So I think they just removed him so that he couldn't like screenshot anything or get any extra proof on top of what he already had. Now, if y'all didn't already, Balboa has dropped 2 videos interviewing a mod and not a mod, interviewing a dev and interviewing Cetro himself. And from what I took from it, I'm siding with Cetro. The reason why I'm siding with Setro is because from his perspective, or from the perspective of me, Setro has showed all the proof. The dev has showed almost no proof. I'll pull up the video in a second so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. But the dev has showed like no proof. He said things that aren't really clear, and things that Setro has clearly debunked in his initial thing. The dev also didn't even watch the video of what Setro said, so he didn't see that Setro was still paying people. The main thing about it was money. The money thing is they saying Setro was hogging all the percent and he was underpaying everybody. But from the screenshots Setro showed, he wasn't necessarily paying everybody in percent. He was paying people in in commission and on top of some people's percent. So some people had percent and commission, which was the dev that responded to Setro in the so-called response that Balboa uploaded. He got paid commission, and he got paid percent also. I don't know if he was getting paid commission from Setro, but I definitely know he had his percent for like a decent amount of time. He said he got it took away around the time that light got dropped, and then of like maybe he said later, which I'm interpreting as maybe a week or two or maybe a month later, he got it back. So yeah, that's also a thing. Uh, from the Setro, or from the screenshots that Setro showed, since I'm explaining so much about what Setro said, I'm gonna just go to and show y'all what he said. So I'm ready to go to the video. Alright, so this is the video of Setro's response right here. It's from Balboa. This is the video right here. He dropped it today, well yesterday, because it's 3 a.m. right now. He dropped it recently, and this is basically his Setro's full explanation. Now, if we look right here, this right here is, I think, the earnings of TypeSoul from when Setro re-dropped it, which I think was like about 4 months ago till now. I'm pretty sure that's what this is right here. And I don't know if that 1.2 mil that it shows is like in USD. I don't know if that's like USD or whatever, but I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna interpret it as USD. Right? That's what I'm gonna interpret that as. The game overall made 1.2 million. Right? Let's say that. The game made 1.2 million. Setro, with all these screenshots you see on the side of him buying all these items, using Robux, of course, because that's how you gotta transfer it, by buying items, so they get the Robux or whatever. But Setro covered the cost of almost, he covered like the commission cost of a lot of things over a lot of devs, and if you really go watch the video, because this video is 45 minutes long, I'm not trying to make my video that long. Probably gonna be around like 18 to 20 minutes. But if you go watch the the whole video of him explaining while dropping these screenshots, if somebody could get the exact estimate, which Setro said, and I calculated like a roughly amount around like 50K. 50K USD is how much he paid the devs through just straight commission and like out of his pocket, not percent, not out of the 20% that he was like given to spread. This isn't percent. This is him paying them from his earnings and his percent, right? Also, he said that 10%. So basically, he said throughout the highest percent he got is what he amassed, like that he got control of, was 26%. He said that the group came together and they all decided that they would take 10 of Cetro's percent and give that to the group. Put that in the group. Let's say Cetro's now at 16%. Okay. From the screenshot he shows, I'm gonna see if I can go to it.
Couldn't have been from the group this entire time with that amount of Robux. It's my fault though, right? I'm greedy. Paid from any.
If we go right here, right, we can see that I'm pretty sure this was like a day before Setro got booted off. This is the percentages of everybody. Now, if we look at these percentages, we see Setro at 14. We see the other highest person is VV at 20 and Chaotic 14. Dave is at 3%, which is crazy. So we see Setro 14, Chaotic 14, and VV 20, right? What I'm trying to figure out is, because I don't personally know, and I feel like I'm like the average type Solian in a way, right? What I don't know is, what does VV really do to need 20%? Okay. Cetro has 14% right now, right? Chaotic also has 14% right now. The thing is, Cetro, people were complaining about not having percent. All the devs were complaining about having percent. They all wanted percent, right? Let's say 5 people wanted percent, right? 5 people, just 5 people wanted percent. If Cetro gave each of them 1%, he would be down to 9%. My thing is, why couldn't the other owners also take a bit of a percent or pay cut to help pay out the rest of the devs? Or yeah, the rest of the developers or the rest of the people that were like asking for a pay raise. Why couldn't they also take a pay cut along with Cetro? Since Cetro is the person who, let's not forget, brought this game from 0 to, I think at a peak was around 100K. And the average was around 30 to 40K. It usually averages. And that's without like a big update. Like just with weeklies that Cetro said he did by himself. I'm gonna see if I can find a moment when he said that.
Anybody else, no other developers. It was literally just me. They were not getting, was not on percent. I was paying everybody out of pocket. Every single person that was not on percent, even the people that were on percent, they were getting paid from me. They were not getting paid from anybody else, no other developers. It was literally just me.
Cetro says right here, everybody, he says, and I quote, everybody who wasn't on percent was getting paid by him, and even people who were on percent was getting paid by him. So let's take that into perspective. Not only do they want him to take a percent drop while he's already using the percent he has, not giving it to them. It's still his percent, his 14. He's using out of pocket from his 14 to pay them anyway. And people that already had percent, while people are asking for percent raises. It's like, I don't really think it was Setro the one being greedy. I feel like it was a whole bunch of collective people wanting too much, and other people like other big owners weren't willing to give on top of Cetro. So it really, like, let's see it in Cetro's shoes. Really, if he tried to satisfy, if he tried to satisfy one person, then he would technically have to satisfy almost everyone, which would make his pay drop like significantly. He'd probably be at like 7% for himself at that point, which is lower than some of the people who aren't lead dev. Like he's lead dev. At my perspective, he has to at least have 10%. If he's the one putting in all the work, he also said he put in the work for every single weekly. They said he was a fake. They said he was a fake actual developer and he was just a manager. He said he made True Wind Bankai, True Berserk Bankai, and he made Seventh Thunder. He also said he made everything except for the effects and model for Murasama, which is another thing I need to get on. I need to also talk about Murasama because that's also a big thing in like this problem.
Um, the Murasama, I was like,
See, right here, he's gonna be talking about Murasama.
I'm gonna just turn that into the Kindle Universal. So I only asked for the model, but he gave me the model and the animations. From the model and the animations, I made all three crits. Like all three of them, I made them. And the dude who made like the weapon itself accused me of stealing because when we were in game, he asked me for the weapon and I gave it to him. And then like a days later or something like that, he asked me for another one to put on his other slot, and I said no. I was just like, just go grind for it. Like anyone else can get it. And I'm pretty sure since then he has held a grudge against me ever since for that. And the
So right here, he says what I said earlier just now. He made everything besides the animation and the model. But I want to go to, I think it might have been just before this.
um, what else, bro? To just get spec weapons or weapons? I have no idea. I don't know who just tried to decide that. But they were basically like, we want a spec weapon.
Right now, he's talking about mods.
I was like, no, no, mods shouldn't be allowed to get spec weapons. Like that's stupid. They already.
That's the thing. I also agree with what he's saying, but I also overly have my own opinion on top of mods not being able to have spec weapons. I think spec weapons shouldn't exist. Spec weapons shouldn't exist. Spec attacks shouldn't exist. The reason why I think they shouldn't exist is because it creates a problem that shouldn't exist if none of those things are coming to the game. Apparently, somebody was blackmailing Nuova, Eduardo, and I think someone else. They were blackmailing him about like they apparently doxed them and they were blackmailing them, forcing them to get specs. And you can see the guy's hotbar is crazy. I just had it, but I lost it. Yep, right here.
Bar of the people who are running around with specs.
If you look at this right here, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce some of these, but the main ones I can pronounce is one called Impact. We got Primal Zero, Split Skies, Aftershock, Divinity, Gatsu Jujitsu or whatever, Grand Cross, Crippling Storm. Like, what are those moves in the game for? Why do you spend your time making those moves instead of spending your time making something that's actually gonna come to the game? That's my main problem with specs as a whole. Specs really shouldn't exist because it takes time off of actual game development, and it puts like also a point of like ego, or like I don't know how to I don't have really a better word besides like it makes you have like an ego towards you are the only person who's supposed to have that thing. Honestly, if you make something like that, which also the other guy in this video was talking about, no, not this one. It was
What was said was
this one right here with the other dev. he was saying that the chains thing that you ever see chains around their arms, he's saying that's his, and one of his friends got banned for having it. That would have never happened if you just didn't have to make that. What are you making that for? Like, you don't have to walk around with specs, because it really doesn't make sense for you to walk around with specs. If it's never gonna come to the game, you shouldn't be using it, because it's taking time that you could be using to either test something or develop or make something else. If you're sitting here making spec attacks, you could be really working on a rework for a tree. For example, a Hakata rework. We still ain't get that yet. We've been promised that like 2 months ago. We still ain't get the Hakata rework. We got Quincy Keto rework, which was not even really that good because it's mad unbalanced. It still hasn't got the nerf yet. We got what, Scythe recently, which is absolutely, I don't even want to talk about Scythe. It's just crazy. You can literally one tap people with it. If two people Scythe crit at the same time, they'll fall through the map in ranked. It happened to me twice now. There's another bug to where if you like Scythe crit, and it has something to do with Scythe crit and a Kyoka clone, you also fall through the map for some reason. Cause I was fighting some guy, I used Scythe crit, and then his clone came at me, started attacking me, and then midway through his clone attacking me, I fell through the map and died. I don't even know why that exists. You can also just absolutely obliterate somebody with a one shot with the Scythe clone. I mean, not Scythe clones, Scythe crit. Why is Scythe crit even a thing? Setro nerfed it, Chaotic reverted it. Like, I don't know if that's a point of ego or what. Like, it needed that nerf, it needed that balancing, and then once you take that away, it just makes the game even worse. But next topic, I think is gonna be, I forgot something he said is gonna be my next topic.
Definitely, like what was said about that was definitely true because there was random people with true Bankai, and
Oh no, I know
obviously,
that. There's one
yeah,
guy
there
that
was
just
random
runs
people
around
with
the
true Bankai.
specs all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And I don't know if you know me, bro, but I like my money. I like what I'm doing.
Oh yeah. Another thing is what they are saying, and another thing is I don't know if they really realize this or really acknowledge this, right? Uh, they said that somebody that Cetro, they're accusing Cetro of giving somebody true Bankai.
I enjoy working on that game. I'm not gonna jeopardize my like.
I'm pretty sure it's right before this, but he accuses Setro, they accuse Setro of giving somebody true Bankai, one of his friends. They don't have any proof, so I don't know why they. I guess they say they have proof, but they haven't showed any proof. All the proof that Setro said he had, he showed it. So that's why I'm really taking Setro's side over this. They say they have proof, but they haven't showed any proof. Another thing is they also didn't take in consideration you literally have someone on your dev team getting blackmailed with all their like real life information because they got doxxed. Don't you think that person might have been the one that gave away true Bankai? Because I know they definitely have the power to. Because even Nano said he has the power to give himself true Bankai. He just won't because he get banned for it. But his roles or whatever allows him to do that. So somebody who ranks higher than him and is getting blackmailed for specs, you don't think they would have also went for true Bankai? And the blackmailing hasn't been settled yet? Obviously they definitely would. Definitely would go for that. But hey, I'm not a dev. I don't know all the information obviously because they won't leak it all. But from what I've seen, I'm definitely taking Cetro's side about the pay. I think other developers should also be taking a pay cut because from what I've seen, Cetro's used over 50,000 to pay like all these devs for their work. It seems like I'm watching it right now. It seems like he's paying them for what they're doing. He said he also is covering tax. It's crazy. I think it's one more thing I need to touch on, and then that's gonna be like the end of the vid. I'm pretty sure it's from this vid. Then it's from this vid.
My true Bankai, bro. Mainly what got him removed. A bunch of like pretty much all the devs that are still standing literally would all side with Dave because You know, but he's a chill dude. I
Well,
fuck
as
with him.
far as the average community says, because they don't see you, like they don't
They
talk to
don't
you
see him.
developers, right? Left it.
Yeah, no, I get the public perception thing because let's be real, bro. I can't fucking go into announcements and be like, hey guys, stop bitching because that's not gonna work, right?
Yeah,
All I'm saying is, listen. All I'm saying is, we're trying to just prove ourselves with time. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just kind of just show that like before the shift yesterday, we're not getting paid by Cetro like on percentage. Now they
yeah.
are. They are motivated.
Oh yeah, this is actually what I was gonna say. I can't find the part, so I'm gonna just I guess not talk about that because this video is actually gonna be over 20 minutes. But the last thing I want to say is, what was I about to say? I was just about to say it and then I forgot because I started yapping. This is why you don't yap. Um, the last thing is he said something about speeding up progress. My main concern is how are you going to speed up progress when the guy with all all the ideas and all the opinions on everything, or they basically said he was the one who had basically all the ideas for everything. So how are you going to how are you going to continue faster when you don't have every single thing? They also said they were getting kept in the blue with some things about how they didn't know the full explanation. He wasn't fully communicating. That even makes it more bad on your side because you don't know the full plan for it. You just took the guy with the full plan and you just kicked him off the team. I don't understand how it's going to be faster. The only way I understand how it's going to be faster is if they take it and just make it, I guess, they're just gonna have to like basically like free, just go freestyle, I guess, and some of the stuff might not match what he's already shown them or what he's already shown us or the quest that we've already started. Some of the stuff might have to be revamped. But yeah, I genuinely think I'm just gonna, so far, from all the evidence I've seen, Setro has showed the most evidence, and most of the stuff compared with his evidence with no debunk. Because this video that says Cetro's lying, that's just completely clickbait because there is no proof. This guy sends no screenshots. All we supposed to just take it from his word. I guess we could just everybody just take that at face value and just, I guess, whatever you interpret what he's saying is as true or not, you can interpret it as that. But what I'm saying is, I don't see no proof, so I ain't gonna say it's true. I ain't gonna say it's not true. I'm just gonna say all the stuff I have seen is Setro paying over 50,000 out of pocket to pay these devs. Also, uh, I've seen Setro.
Right? I'm actually
I've seen Setro. What else have I seen him do? I've seen him like in the screenshots. I've seen him tell people to test. I've seen him allow people to test, but I guess nobody responds. Another thing he says is the balancing team never wants their build to get nerfed. That's why every time he fights something, which is a big SR Keto thing, because he only fought it once against its Nen. I get that he didn't take Nen's input, but that's probably because Nen mained the build. That's why he said SR Keto Kyoko was such a big problem for so long. And I can't lie, it was broken, but I think it took way too hard of a hit. It's not like, I feel like it's not balanced compared to other unbalanced things, which didn't really make sense, but if you understood, you understood. But that's gonna be it for my video. Um, I'm gonna be done with my yap because honestly, I have nothing else to say. I'm probably not even gonna edit this because I don't even feel like it. It's too late. Uh, I'm I'm gonna see. Hopefully my mic is fine. Hopefully it's not like bad quality. But hey, that's gonna be it for me. Hopefully Type Soul goes on a better path. This may or may not be my last Type Soul video, depending on the path that the game goes down. Because last time Not Dave and Chaotic owned it, I didn't even play it. First of all, because I didn't really like Bleach games until I actually tried Type Soul. Type Soul was the thing that got me into Bleach games. I might switch over to Peroxide if that keeps going on a good path. Right now it is. They had a pretty decent update. They're saying like 10K players, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I guess I'ma just see y'all wherever my path takes me next.